What's up, YouTube? I got a different project for y'all today. So today we're gonna be doing an oil catch can for the 2011 Camaro. Now let me show you what I got. With my oil catch can, I chose the ADD W1. Reason being, this one has a dipstick to where you can check how much oil is in there. So that really sold me. That's the reason why I got this one right here, this brand right here. I'm gonna do an unboxing. Well, I'm gonna get out the box and I'm gonna show y'all what everything looks like. Okay, so in the box, of course, you got your catch can. It does have a little weight to it. Directions, the Add W1 sticker, hoses and hose clamps. And if you pay for this right here, it's like a specialty hose clamp. And these are what you put on with these hoses right here, the outlet and the inlet. And these are the hoses you'll be using for this installation. And if you're wondering, here's the bracket right here that we'll be using. So it should be a simple install. So first thing I want to do is take y'all beauty cover off. So you gotta take off your oil filler cap. Just pull up on it. Now you should have easy access to what we're looking at. And I'm looking at it right now. Oh, you do want to put your oil cap back on so no debris will fall inside. Safe is this right here, and the loops around make a U shape, and it comes right here. So this is your crank ventilation right here. It's just a little U shape. So we'll be taking that out and replacing it with the oil catch can, so we can prevent oil going inside the intake manifold. So this is what they have in directions, like remove the engine cover, we already did that. Remove factory PCV hose, remove the 15mm bolt, install bracket with the 15mm bolt and catch can. Then you have oil catch can inlet, you know, all that stuff. And they got pictures too. Really straightforward. Just got to do it here. All right, so to get clearance down up in here, we got to take the sensor off. It is a Torx, so let me see what Torx it is. So this is a T25 for the sensor. Or we might just pull the connector off. It's this tab right here. So you gotta push in and then pull out. Move this connector out the way. I know I took that bolt out, but I think, let me see. Take that sensor, put it right there. Now that hole is exposed. Just take you a piece of paper towel, put it in a twister form, you know, and just stick it in that hole so you won't have no debris going inside there. See if I can take this hose off, get more clearance. Take that off so I can have clearance right there. So I do see a little tab right here. If I pull that, oh, okay, so that unlocked it. So I probably gotta do the same for this side right here. Just gonna have to find it. I think this is it. Yep, that's it right there. It just popped back in place. So pull that, and it's out. Shake like a U, just like that. And these are the tabs that you gotta pull right here. Right here too. So this is out. Now let's put the hoses in where they're supposed to be at. So these right here are identical. I think this will take the place of this right here. So what you do is you push in and the prongs come out just like that. They got them on both sides. So put this right here. So come over here, we're gonna do crank case ventilation first. It's really tight, man. It just snaps on the place just like that. Do the same for the other side. Just like that. Now we can move on to putting the hoses on. Believe it or not, you got two different size hoses. The short side goes towards the engine block and the longer side goes towards the intake manifold. You want to put these hose clamps to where you can position it to where you can put a flathead or a Phillips head screwdriver on it, where it'd be easy for you to do that. I just have to route these wires. I got to route these hoses. Clamp fell. I might need a magnet for that. See if I can fish it with my other finger. Yep. So before we put the hoses on there, let me see if I can mount the oil catch can. So to mount this bracket to the car, you will be using an existing 15 millimeter, which is from that tensioner right there. So you just take off that 15 millimeter. Now let's test fit the bracket. I wonder how my clearance is gonna be after that for this hose right here. I probably might have to take that hose off and round it right here underneath. But before I do that, I want to see how much clearance I'll have. And looks like I'll have plenty of clearance to do that. So let me see if I can reroute that hose. It probably just pulls out. Yeah, it does. Pull this around just like that. Put it back in. It just snaps in. Now we're gonna need Allen keys. Don't know what size yet, but I'll tell y'all in a little bit. Don't know what size, I can't really read that, but this is the Allen key right here that you'll need. And you need to unbolt. Well, it's really whatever your style is. You can mount it this way, like with these two, or with these two, or you can mount it with these two, or these two. So it's 4 different rotations where you can mount it. And that's for the clearance for these hoses, I really believe. So I'll probably be mounting mine like this right here. Since my ventilation system is to the right, I'll probably mount it from these two right here. Or if I have to mount it like this right here. So we'll see once we get there. So with the hoses and everything, looks like I'm going to mount it like this. So I'm going to mount my catch can with these two right here. Actually, I probably can rotate it like this. So these actually come with O-rings right here. So you can just slip these O-rings like this. I'm trying to see what is the best route to route this hose, and I believe this will have to be my only option right here. Route it through there. Yeah, that'll be the best way. So let me put my hose clamp back on. Make sure you point your hose clamps to where you can access the bolt that you gotta screw down. into a position where you can access it from the top. And just push the hose onto the fitting. The whole car is moving too. I didn't push that much for that, so I didn't push for that too. You want it flush as possible because these hoses are long. You can cut it, but why cut it when you can utilize that length to have a good seal on the fitting? So I'm taking advantage here. Now, I believe that's the most it'll go on. So move your hose clamps onto the fitting. I'm gonna have to loosen it up a little bit so I can move it on there. And before you tighten up your hose clamp, you want to make sure you want to mount your catch can first. Yep, that fits. See, I can mount my catch can like this. That's on there. Let me tighten it up. Let me get it snug real good. Don't have to be a lot, man. Just enough to where it won't come off. All right, now take your fittings. I don't think it matters which one goes on. Nope. So just take your fittings and put one on one side and put the other on the other side. And you don't have to worry about these leaking because they do have O-rings. So you don't have to put Teflon tape on them. If you want to put Teflon tape on them, you can. But it just doesn't require it. I got an adjustable wrench and I'm going to tighten it up. Not too tight though. Don't want to strip it out because these are plastic. The fittings are plastic, but the housing is not. And that should be tight enough. I do have a special clamp for this that I ordered and it came with the kit, so I'm gonna put that on there. Now when y'all putting this together, remember you got an inlet side and you have an outlet side. The inlet side is this hose right here that's coming from the engine block, and this hose right here for the intake manifold comes around and into this outlet side. So from the crankcase into the oil catch can, and it comes out into not the oil but the air. It comes out and it goes into the intake manifold. When y'all put your hose clamps on, if y'all don't have a clamp like this, you want to have your hoses off and then put the hoses onto the fittings. But since this splits in half, and I can put it on here like this, boom, just like that. Then you retighten it and make sure you snug it up. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to go back down to where that tensioner is, and I'm going to tighten up that 15mm that I left loose down there, because I want to get my fittings and everything in the right place before I bolt it down. And it looks like I want to have it mounted not touching this, so probably like right there. So that 15mm is right here. Oh, it's in the tight spot. I know what, I'm gonna take this hose back off that we took off earlier. That pops right off. Pulls up just like that. If I take this intake off, which I think if y'all don't want to take the intake off, you don't have to, but I'm gonna take this portion off because it's hitting against the ratchet and I want to be able to have this accurate. I don't want that plate to rub against this hose right here. So I'm loosening up this and loosen up this where the throttle body is. Yup. I do recommend y'all doing that because it is a whole lot easier. get my extension. If you haven't already, go ahead and tighten up your hose clamps down here. Don't forget that part. And so here's the final touch right here. Got my clearance right there that I wanted. See, I'm routing the intake right through here, right through there, right there. Crankcase coming right here. And where's that? Gotta put this back on. I gotta figure out where was it on that. Was it on this? Oh yes, it does. I thought it was just something sticking up. Yep, there we go, right there. And there's another thing I got to bolt back on, which is that sensor. So take this out and put this sensor back on. Make sure it's in there good. Connect the connector first. Make sure that got clearance, and it does. So I'll bolt this down. So guys, that is how you install an oil catch can. The reason why you will want an oil catch can is for you to catch oil coming from the crank ventilation. What happens is the oil gets inside the intake manifold, so you get maximum airflow as well. This is all to it, y'all. I'm gonna start the engine. Make sure there's no check engine lights, and I'm good to go. So the engine is running, and everything looks like it's running normal. Got your dipstick here, and you can tell it's working because it does have vacuum, and I did hear the engine RPMs vary a little bit. Let me see what it says at the dash. And I have no check engine light. I don't know if y'all can see it. But yeah, it is working properly though. So I do got vacuum going through there. Thank y'all for watching and have a great day.